everyone, thank you for joining us in our beach cleanup day. So today we're at Seatuck National Wildlife Refuge, and it is one of the refuges that we protect under the Long Island National Wildlife Refuge complex. Although it's not open to the public, it does get very, very dirty, and there is part of the beach, the bay, that is open to the public. So some stuff gets pushed onto our side. Unfortunately, some people will trespass onto our property and leave garbage behind. We also get a lot of garbage just getting washed up from the beach and the bay. A lot of bottles and plastic. We just found wiring that's so dangerous for our animals in the water. So we're gonna do just a beach cleanup as much as we can off of our side of the property. And we want to raise awareness to Clean Beaches Week. So Clean Beaches Week is coming up, and we want to raise awareness on how you can keep your beaches clean. All right, so we have a prime example of some litter that we get on our side of the property. This could have been washed up from the water, or it could have came from somebody coming into our property, or it could have came from it just blowing over the fencing. Hi everyone, so we're done with our beach cleanup. We have 2 bags full of stuff. And I just wanted to show you guys some of the basic stuff that we find on the beaches that are really a problem for both people and animals on land, but also animals in the water. So crab traps. A lot of these crab traps get washed up on our beaches and our shorelines. A lot of them are ones that people threw out into the bay or the ocean and left them there and didn't go back to get them. And eventually they do wash up. Unfortunately, it looks like some whelk got stuck in here and died in here because they couldn't get out of the trap. So that's always sad to see an animal die for no reason. And then just other things get trapped in here. Animals like birds, reptiles, frogs can get trapped within all of this wire. And it's really devastating to see this on our beaches. Alright, and another really common thing that we see on the beaches are balloons. And balloons are so bad for the environment. Plastic in general, like water bottle plastic. Just regular plastic bags that go into the water and they're clear and they float in the water as if it was similar to a jellyfish. And a lot of turtles eat these thinking they are jellyfish, and unfortunately they cannot process them and then they end up dying, which is super sad to see our sea turtles dying because of this. Our sea turtles are already in danger. So we want to make sure we don't bring balloons to the beaches, and it's so important to not release balloons into the air because they end up popping eventually, and then most of the time they're going to land in water, or at least close to water. Then glass. So much glass on the beach. Little pieces that can get stuck in wading birds' feet, or a crab could climb over this and get cut. A turtle can climb over and get cut. And people can climb over and get cut. People who walk over here who aren't supposed to, or people who walk on beaches in general that are open to the public, can get cut, and it's really dangerous to have glass on the beach. So please don't bring glass bottles to the beaches, and if you do, take all your garbage with you when you leave. We have foam, which is really dangerous. It doesn't even break down ever. It takes hundreds of years for this to even break down, and this sitting on the surface of the water is very dangerous. Our balloons, like I said before, balloons with string. So we do have some string in here, which is dangerous. Obviously, it can get wrapped around an animal's neck It can get wrapped around its fins and get it stuck under the water if it needs to breathe air. It can get stuck in the gills of any kind of fish or crab. And then we have just miscellaneous stuff. So, you know, bottles with oil from cars or from boats out in the water, and they're done with their plastic and their oil in there, and they don't want to just bring it back to shore with them. So they throw it into the water and think that, you know, it's gone forever. Unfortunately, it's never gone forever. Anything that goes into the water gets stuck in the bottom of the water, gets hurts another animal, or gets washed up on shore. You know, tennis balls, toys, not as dangerous, obviously not good for the environment either. So please, 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 let's keep our beaches clean and throw away any garbage that you bring with you to the beach. It's very, very important, not only for our safety, but for the safety of their entire environment and all the wildlife within it.
Alright, hey everyone, we are at one of our refuges, Target Rock. So another type of trash or waste that winds up on beaches a lot is fishing line. So we have an example of some fishing line that we found here. So we mainly see this on our refuge, Target Rock, because a lot of people like to fish here. But yeah, here's this fishing line, and as you can see, gets everything caught. You see all the seaweed caught in here. You can have different animals getting tangled in here. So that's why it's very, very important to make sure that you dispose of your fishing line properly. Now here at Target Rock, we do have these areas where you can recycle your fishing line. You can put it in here. That way you're not hurting wildlife. And you want to make sure you only put fishing line in here. Like you see this bottle in here and all of this trash here. This is not a trash can. And so when you put trash in here when you're not supposed to, you're taking up space that could be fishing line, and you're making it more likely for people to leave their fishing line out in the wild and hurt wildlife. So always remember, when you go fishing, throw away your fishing line. All right, everyone. So right now what we're doing is emptying out the fishing line. And again, I just want to reiterate to make sure that you are only putting fishing line in these. This is nearly completely full of trash. Everything that we've been in here is full of trash. So make sure to only put fishing line in here, guys.